Hola, buenos días, soy Nico.
I need my pussy tapped, and I need it tapped now.
And today we are here to discuss an extremely unserious topic. Nico, I usually preface that when it's just like some silly OnlyFans shenanigans, but this one is revolving around the scam, the robbery, the lies and deceit perpetuated by the trustworthy company BBC World Tour. Nico, so if you did not know, I found out on social media basically from a tweet talking about how they can't believe someone was scammed by a 20 BBC World Tour. Nico, what is the 20 BBC World Tour? So it is ran by I doubt this is this person's real picture. It's ran by a Twitter page that basically advocates saying, I recruit young black gay men with large BBCs, and then I pimp them out on a tour bus to one lucky bottom and or five lucky bottoms if you cannot afford a private session, and then y'all go and have fun. Basically a pimp for young black men. When I saw this, and I saw that the clientele was upset because this company that I put my good faith in asked me to send them $400 the day before, and I did. And then they scammed me. I can't believe that I expected 20 BBCs for $400 and they scammed me. Girl, that's like $20 a peen. First and foremost, I've never hired the services of an escort, but would you want the services of an escort where you get 20 peens for $20? That sounds more like quantity over quality. But before we get into this actual story, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me on patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive lives, weekly videos, and be a part of the podcast. If you cannot support financially, I definitely understand. Just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you care. But if you can support financially, there are 3 different tiers on Patreon that you can check out. Nico, YouTube has been demonetizing me. As you can tell with my commentary over the 20 BBC World Tour, this will probably not be ad friendly. But yes, let's continue to the actual story. So today we are going to be talking about how Hungatlas, a very concerned and perplexed customer, was upset because he sent $400 the day before to a company called the 20 BBC World Tour, and then after the cash checked in, after the check hit the account, they basically came back and told him, oh, well, there was a malfunction with our tour bus, so we'll actually have to cancel your session or reschedule it maybe. And he said, okay, can I get my money back? And they said, yes, just give it 3 business days. So basically they told him 3 business days, and then Hungatlas came back in the email thread saying, it's been 10 days, where is my money? And then they continue to talk about how much the servers for processing refunds is and how they need more time and just give them 3 more days. And at this point, he's raising hell. So he said, you know what? If you're not going to help me the proper way through customer service, I'm going to take it to social media. I'm going to expose you as a scam. And nobody was on his fucking side. Nico, I am not going to sit up here and side with a non-black person being mad that they cannot sexually exploit 20-year-old black boys for $400, $20 a head. It's just, I don't know what they expected the public reaction to be, but most people came back and laughed at him. Because at the end of the day, there is nothing that I'm going to feel sorry about when it comes to blatant fetishization of young black men. You really thought you was about to get 20 peens, $20 a pop for $400. So moving forward, he began to expose the DMs between him and the 20 BBC World Tour, where basically the World Tour was saying, I don't appreciate your commentary, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to us, and we're trying our best to process everything, and you don't understand, we were on a crappy budget, so we had to book a poorly made bus and then it malfunctioned and we're going through a lot right now just trying to stay above water. And the guy is like, that actually has nothing to do with me. I want my that actually has nothing to do with me. I want my money, and I don't care what reason you make. I don't care what hoop you try to jump through. I want you to give me my money. So then the 20 BBC World Tour page blocked them. He said it was enough. I'm tired of the energy. I'm tired of the back and forth. And then he unblocked him so he could continue to go back and forth. So at this point, Hungatlas said, I realized that it was a scam when they began to try to send me new tickets, and they sent me 2 tickets for the same day at the same time in 2 different cities. So now I'm just fighting to see if I can get my money back in any way possible. But what was funniest to me was that all of this discourse, all of this bad business practice, all of this public scrutiny and bad press finally made 20 BBC World Tour come out and make a public statement on their page. And I understand that a lot of situations we talk about on this channel are light, are fun, aren't serious, are goofy, but girl, making a press statement from 20 BBC World Tour, and all it basically was doing was begging for y'all to believe their innocence and that they're not a scam, and their local fans, their loyal fans that have been to multiple of their events know that they're a genuine company that just want to spread the love of some young BBC. I'm sorry, this entire situation, I cannot genuinely. I'm trying to genuinely talk about, but it's just so unserious that someone expected sympathy for this, but also that they didn't expect to get scammed. And normally I come on here and I'm telling y'all, get your money's worth. Do not accept people scamming you. Do not accept people playing in your face and playing with your money. Girl, I'm glad you got scammed. Nico, I remember some people in the comments were like, oh my God, they didn't deserve to get scammed though. I'm like, you're trying to exploit young black people. If I'm going to have that energy for Grayling Purnell, I'm going to have that energy for Hungatlas trying to join the 20 BBC World Tour. I'm sorry. It's all across the board for me. Y'all never see me play favorites. Y'all never see me try to excuse one person and let somebody do the exact same thing. It's just not going to happen in my corner. But I definitely want to hear your opinions down below. Do you feel like even though they were trying to exploit young black men, he paid for a service, so he should be serviced? Or do you believe that 20 BBC World Tour was just going through it? They couldn't afford to send the money back immediately. They had to make sure that they got everything settled before they started doing refunds. But what I found funniest on his part, 20 BBC World Tour, he was like, I am not an escort. BB Rescort is actually my nickname. So when people ask me if I'm an escort, I block them. I'm not escorting. I'm just pimping out other black men. And that's a funny notion that you're offended that people are asking if you're an escort, but you're actively pimping out young black men. But yes, I will let you guys have your conversations and your opinions in the comments, and I can't wait to see them. And I'll see you guys next time. Woo! And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's Third Eye Tier subscribers, Paris and Titus K. Your continued support is greatly appreciated, and thank you once again to everyone who supports the channel. And in this week's live stream discussion, we're finally going to be able to tackle intimacy starvation. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in.